What's happening, everybody? This your boy Charles Wells, aka C Wells, coming at you with another edition of Swag Talk, the show where we cover the swag inside and out. And we're going to talk about Texas Southern Tigers spring 2021 season. I fumbled big time on my calendar putting together my spring season recaps. I didn't realize that I misjudged my calendar, left a team off. So I had to squeeze in Texas Southern on today, and Sunday is Arkansas Pine Bluff, and Wednesday is our fall 2021 previews, starting with the SWAC champ Alabama A&M Bulldogs. So a lot of stuff to go throughout the season. So we're gonna get ready for this season. We're about 60 some odd days away from the start of the season. So it's here. Football is here. Let's get it. Before we get too far into things, go ahead and hit the socials, facebook.com/swagtalk, instagram.com/swagtalk, swagtalk76@gmail.com is the email address. And also, if you would like to, no pressure, no pushing, no nothing. If you would like to show a little love to the show, a little support, you can hit the Cash App, $/swag talk. Again, I appreciate you just tuning in. That's enough for me, honestly. But if you want to show a little love, then hey, it's all good. Um, you're on the YouTube page. If you haven't subscribed already, man, why don't you go ahead and do that? 180 plus subscribers at this point, so we're nearing 200. We really are moving pretty rapidly. I like to thank everybody for the support. Honestly, from my heart. When I started this in April, I didn't think I would get hardly anybody. So just to boost this up to almost 200 is a blessing to me. So again, salute and thank y'all for the support already and helping the show grow. Um, Hit the notification bell to be alerted to any content that I upload. Jump in the comments. I love to talk to y'all. Y'all give me some great comments, so I love to respond back and forth. So continue to do that. I love that. Um, and that's about it, man. Let's go ahead and talk Texas Southern football. We're not going to be here too long because their season wasn't long at all. If I had to pick a couple words to describe their season, I would say abrupt and improvement. The season was abrupt because they only played two games on the season. It didn't get off to the best start. Their game against Pine Bluff on February 27th was postponed because there was issues with the water in Pine Bluff because of that bad winter storm that moved through the south in late February. They didn't have water pressure on campus, so they could not play that game in Pine Bluff. So their first game was against Prairie View on March 6th. And this was a game Texas Southern had a great opportunity to win. They ultimately lost 20-19. They trailed 13-7 at the half, and they would go on to score 9 points in the second half to take a 19-13 lead. And with about a minute and 40 seconds to go there, they gave up a touchdown to Prairie View on the ground to to win the game for them. Um, Thaddeus Payton played got I think he got the start at quarterback or he either came in relief. I can't remember which one. But he played very well. He was 16-20 on the game, one touchdown. He did ultimately have an injury, so he was unable to play in this game. Devin Williams also got injured. He could not play in the game against Southern on March 20th. And that opened the door for Jalen Brown to come in. He completed about 57% of his passes, 281 yards, one touchdown, one interception. Um, he had a rocky start. He's a freshman. He was a freshman, so he had a rocky start, but he improved as the game went along. Great size, um, really good arm. You know, we got rid of the ball pretty quickly. Avoided some pressure from Southern. Did take some sacks. Got a little banged up in the game, but he fought through it. I think this kid is gonna be a building block for Texas Southern as they move forward. He is gonna be a top quarterback in the league if he can continue to grow. Right now, he's still got a little bit more to do, but he's gonna be a name that you're gonna hear a lot in the future. The game against Grambling on April 3rd was canceled. Grambling had some issues. They picked up their first win since 2018 when they got a 2-0 forfeit against Alcorn. The game against Valley on April 17th was canceled, and then the game against Pine Bluff on April 24th was also canceled. I really believe that this team could have won two games on the season. I think they could have beat Grambling and Valley. I would have loved to see them finish the season at 3-3, which would have been their first 500 record in quite some time. And I think they will get there. I think this is a team that's gonna get better. They played very well in spurts in this shortened season. They played a really good second half against Prairie View, and they played a solid first half against Southern. That first quarter kind of put them behind the eight ball. They gave up a safety and two touchdowns to Southern, and ultimately were trailing 16. No, well, they were ultimately trailing 16-7, and they got a touchdown on a nice pass from Jalen Brown and Keelan Davis, 54-yard touchdown, put them behind 16-14. Southern returned the kickoff 23-14, and from then on, Southern kind of pulled away. But I thought they played a really good first half, and they did not quit in the second half. They fought, but they just couldn't get over the hump. I really think that shows that this team is getting better. I think Coach McKinney is doing a good job of improving this program and turning the team around. Starting to kind of build a foundation. That was going to take a little while, but I think they're laying the pieces. Defensively, I was really impressed with how they played in the spring. They, like I say, short season, so not you can't really make too much about it, but they did allow an average of 62 yards per game on defense. That's down from 553 yards that they allowed per game in 2019. So even just a two-game season to cut that number almost in half, almost cut that down by 200 yards is a huge improvement for defense. Those guys, Pippins, Markentell, Badajoe, Jacory Benjamin, Tim Walton, a lot of guys I thought played very well on defense, and I think they're going to continue to get better. Defensively was really their Achilles heel in 2019. Their offense was pretty good. Um, Comparatively, they did have a fairly explosive offense, but defensively they just couldn't stop anybody. So I think the defense, if they can continue to get better, they're going to get an offense time to get better. And I'm not being sarcastic when I say this, but they had a very good punt unit. The punter, uh, he did a really good job. He averaged over 39 yards per punt, which led the league. They only allowed less than a yard on punt returns. So I really feel like that's an area if they can continue to do that, they can put themselves in position to win some games. If you remember a few years back, Corey Carter was a great punter for Texas Southern. So they have had some success with the punt game, and I think they will get better with that. Thurman Mobley is a guy who I like as a return man. Um, Receivers, you have Mobley, uh, King Blanton, Giles, Johnson is a guy I like at tight end slash receiver. I think he's going to be a good guy. Jacory Howard and Ladarius Owens, good running backs. There are pieces on this team here, and I think if they can just stay the course and keep working, they will pick up a couple of victories in the fall. I always like to say they're the type of team that'll mess up your Saturday. They definitely will if you allow them to hang around. And sooner or later, they're going to become a team that doesn't have to hang around to get W's. I think this fall they will be a trap type team. So if you get caught slipping because you got a big game next week or you had a big game the week before, they will step up and slap you. Um, I'm liking what Texas Southern is putting together. I know earlier I made a video on why they can't win, what factors stop them from being consistently successful. But I really like what Coach McKinney is doing right now. One of my viewers said that they're planning on making some improvements on their home stadium, and that's definitely a thing that can help them and just continue to support the program because Texas Southern is a program that definitely has the opportunity to get better if they improve. That makes the SWAC West even tougher. I'm not necessarily saying that in a couple years they'll be a division contender, but if they're a type of team who can routinely finish with 6 or 7 wins, 4 or 5, 3, 4, 5 wins in conference, most years, that would make the division even tougher. You don't nobody will have a week off basically. So I'm really liking what Texas Southern is doing. I really hate that they only were able to play 2 games because I would love to see them beat somebody on the field and get that first dub since 2018. But as it stands now, they did get that win against Alcorn, so that streak is over. No more losing streak. But I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do in the fall. So that's gonna do it for this episode of Swag Talk. Texas Southern, like I said, they only played 2 games, so not much to talk about. But I'm really liking the direction that they're heading, and I hope that they can continue to go this way and be successful. So I'm your boys, Charles Wells, aka C Wells, and I'm dipping on up out of here. Enjoy your hump day. We'll see you guys on Sunday when we talk about the SWAC West Division champ, University of Arkansas Pine Bluff Golden Lions. We're out of here.